It's an election survey of sorts. It's not even remotely close to being scientific, but it may be worth noting. A vote by 7-Eleven customers based on the color of drink cup they choose shows 60% opting for President Obama, 40% Mitt Romney. The president carrying every state except Idaho and West Virginia. Now to our three big money headlines. Stronger sales, a slow go, and excuses. And joining me now, Hitha Prabhakar, a retail and economic analyst, and a welcome back. Good day.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, especially talking about consumer confidence, which jumped unexpectedly this month. I mean, in fact, the highest level since before the recession began 5 years ago. What's the reason for it?
Right. Consumer confidence was up about 83.1. That was up the highest since September 2007. And really, that had to do with property value, the prices growing up there, as well as stock prices going up. And as you know, foreclosures are down and unemployment is at 7.8%. And economists are saying that that's really having an effect on the consumer psychology, and that actually might have a trickle-down effect to retail. We might see some of those retail numbers pop as we get closer to holiday.
So does the question, the question is, does this continue?
Right. Well, there is an index called the Michigan Index of Consumer Expectations, and that's actually the index that we should be looking at, because that forecasts how the consumer is going to be thinking 6 months in advance. And that index was up to 79.5. That's the highest it's been since July of 2007.
All right. Well, consumer confidence seems to be back, but when you talk about businesses, they seem to be still holding back on hiring. Why is that?
Right. Well, a report came out by the Manufacturers Alliance for Productivity and Innovation. I just wanted to make sure I got that right. And we're saying that a lot of these businesses don't necessarily want to put more money into hiring individuals or into their infrastructure because they're really worried about this fiscal cliff. Now, what that means, that's Ben Bernanke's term, fiscal cliff. He's really basically, if Congress doesn't, by the end of the year, get this deficit in order, there are going to be a lot of tax hikes and sort of spending cuts, and businesses naturally are worried about that.
Yeah. What about this new study saying that a third of American professionals play hooky? What are the reasons?
Well, Alex, they're obviously at home watching Msnbc and Honey Boo Boo if they're at home playing hooky.
Oh, no, not together, thanks. Don't put us together.
Well, Msnbc, definitely. But really, Career Builder did a study, and they were saying that a lot of these people were, about 30% are making excuses to not go into work. So some of the excuses, 34% didn't feel like going into work, 29% just wanted to relax, 22% claimed that it was the doctor's appointment they had to go to, and 16% wanted to just sleep in. Another 15% just wanted to do errands. But really, Alex, the excuses, some of them just say, oh, those are the basic ones. The real ones were a little bit more out there.
Yeah, my favorite one was, I didn't know I was hired. I'm like, really? Come on.
Yeah. Well, they're joining the 7.8% that are still unemployed.
There you go. Hitha Prabhakar, thank you so much.
Thanks.
In just a moment, back to the battle for the White House with a look at what President Obama needs to do to win Tuesday's debate. Congressman Dennis Kucinich